Coming up today on News 6, UCA Board of Trustees discuss raising room and board fees.
The man arrested for the Craigslist killing has been charged for capital murder.
Greenbrier Public School District is looking to expand.
And parents with the Little Rock School District continue to rally. All of these stories and more, stay with us. News 6 starts right now.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Brianna Baker.
And I'm Flora Violo.
The University of Central Arkansas student fees are going up. The UCA Board of Trustees passed the proposed increase of room and board rates for the 2015-2016 academic year. What this means for students is that 2.5% increase in room and board rates and 6.75% increase to board rates. Overall, this will be total of $2,991 or a $102 increase per semester. This housing rate would also include 5 of the apartments owned by UCA. The agenda states that this increase is primarily related to continuing the effort to maintain and upgrade housing facilities. Even with this increased rate, the Department of Housing and Resident Life put the rates of all the other public universities in the state and discovered UCA was near the bottom at the price range, not only for Arkansas universities, but other within the Southland Conference.
Jeremy Hobbs has been charged with capital murder in the killing of 56-year-old Frank Steinsick of Sherwood. Hobbs was arrested after police spoke with witnesses and found multiple items of evidence, including some of Steinsick's property. After Hobbs was arrested and advised of his Miranda rights, he provided a recorded statement confessing to his actions. Steinsick had advertised a motorcycle on Craigslist, and investigators had suspected it was killed by a proposed buyer. Police released photos of the motorcycle and trailer that were taken after the shooting, and later heard from Hobbs saying they had the motorcycle and had purchased it from a person named Frank.
The Greenbrier Public Schools are once again attempting to pass a millage increase to fund a new elementary school in Spring Hill. The new school would provide space for roughly 600 students ranging from kindergarten through 5th grade. Currently, the 3 other elementary schools in the district are at or near capacity. The Arkansas Department of Education have set aside $3.5 million to go towards the new school and to supplement the $11.5 million that would be raised with the millage increase. The district is working hard to promote awareness of the March 10th vote in hopes of increasing attendance from the last vote. The Greenbrier community is invited to 2 informal meetings, one on February 19th at 11 in the morning at the City Event Center and another February 23rd at 6:30 in the evening at the High School Fine Arts Building.
The Little Rock School District parents and students continue to rally over the state takeover. They said they feel their democratic rights have been violated because board officials were publicly elected. One of the first rallies contained about 100 students who marched from the Department of Education building to LRSD headquarters on Markham Street. Now, over a dozen parents have joined the students at 3rd Street and Cumberland in this recent rally in protest of the state taking over the district. Protesters say until the state takeover is removed from the district, they will continue to hold rallies.
Ellie, this weekend's a big weekend for most with Valentine's Day coming up, and I actually have some pretty cool plans with my friends. But I did hear that we might get some actual winter weather for once.
Yes, I'm really confused with the weather right now because sometimes it's spring weather and sometimes winter.
Exactly. I think we're all pretty confused with the weather, and we will have some great weather for this weekend, thankfully. But we will be experiencing some snow on Monday. So I'll give you more details on that when we get back.
The University of Central Arkansas offers programs you can't find anywhere else in the state.
Thank you.
Like digital filmmaking, an education that's helped me enter film festivals, and intern at a local TV station. UCA's given me school pride I can call my own, in a community that feels more like a family.
Action.
UCA put me and my education front and center. Learn how at uca.edu.
Traditional light bulbs actually generate 9 times more heat than light. Switch to Energy Star light bulbs, and you'll realize just how much cash you were really burning through. Saving energy saves you money. Learn more at EnergySavers.gov.
This is the moment I knew. His future had no boundaries.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org.
When you throw away money on wasted electricity, you're throwing away everything you could have bought with it. Saving energy saves you money. Learn more at EnergySavers.gov.
At the University of Central Arkansas, I live in the only residential college in the country focused on entrepreneurship and innovation. I've had the opportunity to develop mobile apps for local businesses. And I've been able to do everything from intramural sports to campus radio.
It is my college. So.
UCA put me and my education front and center. Learn how at uca.edu.
Welcome back to News 6. My name is Alyssa Flores. Happy Friday, everyone. So we'll take a look at the weather for the weekend and for next week. We'll start by looking at our national map so we can get an idea of what's going on. As usual, the warmer temperatures are in the western part of the nation. They have temperatures in the 80s right now, so they're doing really good. But the biggest picture right now happening is like nobody can really escape from the cold. We have been having great temperatures here in Arkansas, but it's actually going to change at least coming in next week. So we can see this very, just this low pressure system coming in through the nation. So it's coming in right through the nation. So we can see it. It's bringing a lot of snow. We have been talking a lot about the northeast of the country. There's still going to be another blizzard coming up. So that's even more snow coming for that area. A lot of snow coming in over the Great Lakes, especially in Boston. They're expecting more snow there. But for us, this cold front is actually going to hit us coming in next week. So we definitely want to keep an eye on that. So if we take a look at the highs around the state, like I said, the weather's been good for us so far. There have been a few lower temperatures. We had for today, for us and for Fayetteville, it was 52 degrees with partly cloudy skies all across the state. So fairly good. The lower temperatures being on the eastern side of the state in Jonesboro and Pine Bluff. But if we look now at our 36-hour forecast, we're expecting some good things for this weekend, so that's exciting. Tomorrow, the high will be of 63. So definitely good to go outside, do some things outside, and really spend time with those that you love. Tomorrow night, it will drop, so it will be a low of 24. So you definitely want to keep that in mind. So if we look at our extended forecast, so we can plan ahead for the rest of the week. Like I said, weekend sounds good. Sunday, the temperatures will drop. We will have sunny skies, but the temperature will drop down to 35 as our high. And Monday is when we have to worry. We're expecting about an inch of snow and ice, so definitely plan ahead. We are planning ahead for classes for your children or us as well. It's a 70% chance of ice and snow, and it'll be a half 38 on that day. And the rest of the week, it'll be in the 40s and in lows. And the lows, it'll be in the 20s. So definitely keep that in mind. As you can see, there's definitely some winter coming, so we got to prepare for that. That's all I have for the weather. My name is Elizabeth Flores.
Thanks, Elizabeth. Bud Planchin, a 25-year-old Fayetteville veteran firefighter, suffered with colon cancer for 5 years before passing away last year. Little Rock Fire Captain Edwin Wolf was diagnosed with thyroid cancer after 20 years of firefighting. These types of cancers can most likely be found in firefighters, studies say. Supporters want to push legislation to pass a bill that would provide benefits to Arkansas firefighters who die from certain types of cancer. State Representative Greg Litting says that the Arkansas currently one of just the 8 states that lack any form of protections. If the bill passes, firefighters would receive the same benefits as dying in the line of duty. As of now, benefits only equal up to about $150,000. But for cancer patients, benefits aren't guaranteed. A House committee plans on discussing the bill next Wednesday.
Cursive writing in schools will no longer be a thing of the past. Arkansas legislature voted 66-21 for cursive writing to be taught in schools by the beginning of the fall. The State Board of Education will establish rules to make sure the new requirements will be enforced. Proponents of the bill believe the new rules will enhance students' penmanship and performance, while others believe that it is an unfunded mandate on the school system and that it's going to force students to learn hieroglyphics or Morse code. The bill now heads to the Senate. So Devin, I heard it's going to be a really busy weekend with softball and baseball.
Yes, there is, and basketball as well, but the good news is that baseball is back at UCA. This weekend they're in a tournament in Louisiana, but season starts today nonetheless, and they've got some big games this weekend. So we'll talk more about that when we come back.
Mom, can we get some ice cream? Please, Mom, please.
No, we're having dinner soon.
Please.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of children in foster care who will take you just as you are.
For those dealing with the struggles of caring for a loved one, we hear you. Visit aarp.org/caregiving for advice and support.
Wow, these are really good.
You act surprised. Practice makes perfect.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
At the University of Central Arkansas, I've encountered world-changing academics and game-changing athletics, helping me become a regular on the Southland Conference Honor Roll. I was able to graduate early with a business degree, and now I'm seeking a second degree in physical education, all while playing Division I volleyball, softball, and soccer. UCA put me and my education front and center. Learn how at uca.edu.
Don't look at me. Your hair's a bit frizzy today. Aww, you should pick that up.
Every day, kids witness bullying.
Poor you.
They want to help, but don't know how. Teach your kids how to be more than a bystander. Visit stopbullying.gov.
Welcome back to News 6. I'm Devin Dishner, and here's a look at UCA sports. The UCA Sugar Bears had a heartbreaking loss last night in Nacogdoches, Louisiana, as they fell 54-52 against the Northwestern State. The Bears are 13-10, 6-5 in conference play, and currently sit in 7th in the Southland, while the Lady Demons are 13-10, 8-4 in conference, and sit 4th in the conference. The Sugar Bears will host Incarnate Word Cardinals, who are 5-17, 2-8 in conference play, and sit 12th in the conference, tomorrow afternoon at 1 in the Ferris Center. Following the ladies' game, the men will host the Incarnate Word Cardinals tomorrow night at 7 in the Ferris Center. The last time the men were at home, they received their first win of the season, beating the New Orleans Privateers 70-67. The Bears are 1-20 and 1-9 in conference play, and they sit last in the Southland and will be playing a good Incarnate Word team who is 14-6, 6-4 in conference, and sits 5th in the Southland. In the remaining 8 games of the season, Coach Russ Pennell says he's looking to build momentum to carry the guys into next season. Softball is participating in the 2015 Tiger Classic this weekend and will be playing LSU, Notre Dame, Hofstra, and Mississippi Valley State over the course of the next 3 days in the tournament. The Bears are 4-2 and are looking to add some more impressive wins to their resume this weekend. It's that time of year again. Baseball is back. The men are in Louisiana this weekend, taking part in the ULM Warhawk Classic. The men will face Grambling State, Louisiana Monroe, and Indiana State this weekend before opening at home this Tuesday against the University of Arkansas Little Rock. Coach Alan Gum and the Bears are looking to keep the success of last season going, where the Bears ended with their second straight appearance in the Southland Conference Championship game. That's all for sports this weekend. I'm Devin Dishner.
Thank you, Devin. Not only is ISIS recruiting fighters from around the world, the terror group is training the next generation of jihadists as well. Teaching young children how to kill. The training begins at young, impressionable age. CNN's Will Ripley explores the role of children in ISIS and how they are being used.
A classroom full of children writing on the board, buying candy during recess. This could be any elementary school.
Alhamdulillah.
Only that's an ISIS flag behind the teacher's desk. And this is Raqqa, Syria, the terror group's de facto capital. ISIS is increasingly using kids as pawns in their propaganda war.
I think it's exceptionally dangerous, and the reason is that they have a number of different platforms. They create content in different languages.
Experts say no terror group has ever had a propaganda machine as sophisticated and dangerous as ISIS, showing brutal murders to shock the West, false promises of a moral society to destabilize the Mideast, even blaming Jordanian airstrikes for the death of American hostage Kayla Jean Mueller. ISIS uses women and children to cater its message to different groups, like those seeking a stable Islamic State and those lured by savage violence, like this video showing an elementary school-aged executioner. The United Nations fears the terror group is raising a new generation of shockingly young jihadists. Kids smiling and cheering, brought to watch the murder of the Jordanian pilot on large screens, their innocence consumed by brutal propaganda, the reality of life for the children of ISIS. Will Ripley, CNN, New York.
Disagreement rises around the new ceasefire between Ukraine and Russia. Arkansas Senator Tom Cotton recommends providing lethal weapons to Ukraine. He criticizes the passiveness of Obama and the U.S. government. He said the terms were almost identical to the failed ceasefire from last September. As other senators, he thinks it is difficult to trust Putin's already broken promises and that President Obama must stop accommodating the Russian leader. While the debate goes on, the ceasefire should be effective on Sunday. Coming up after the break.
News 6 reporter Tori Lambert gives us a look into the business of greenhouses. Stay with us. News 6 will be right back.
It's never too late to follow your dreams. So after 20 years in the business world, I decided to become a teacher. That's when I discovered the University of Central Arkansas offers a Master of Arts in Teaching, which helped me make the transition from the office to my classroom. Plus, the convenience of a flexible format allows me to attend classes while teaching my own. UCA put me and my education front and center. Learn how at uca.edu/online.
The next 30 seconds can save you a lot of money. Just do your laundry in cold and stick to full loads. Auto-sleep your computers. Plug your gadgets in a power strip and switch it off when you're done. Headed out? Turn back your thermostat by 10 degrees. And drive sensibly. The more energy you save, the more money you save. Find other great tips at energysaver.gov.
At the University of Central Arkansas, I've encountered world-changing academics and game-changing athletics, helping me become a regular on the Southland Conference Honor Roll. I was able to graduate early with a business degree, and now I'm seeking a second degree in physical education, all while playing Division I volleyball, softball, and soccer. UCA put me and my education front and center. Learn how at uca.edu.
When some people struggle with their mortgage payments, they become frozen, petrified. Not knowing what to do, they do nothing. But the people who do something, the people who take action, are far more likely to get the most positive outcome. Making home affordable is a free government program. Call now to talk one-on-one with a housing expert about the options that are right for you. Real help, real answers, right now.
Hey, you going out like that?
Yeah, why?
Well, what would the neighbors think?
I see you! Come look at Mr. Feather. Look what I have. Mr. Bird, remember? Bark, bark, bark. We're just playing. We're just playing on trying to get you out of here.
Even still.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
As we are getting closer to the spring months, greenhouses are gearing up into their busiest time of the year. UCA News 6 reporter Tori Lambert tells us more about what one greenhouse in Conway is doing to prepare.
With the spring approaching, this is the time of year when most people begin thinking about preparing their lawns and gardens. David Frialdenhoven, the owner of Frialdenhoven's greenhouse in Conway, described the types of things people could be doing this time of year to get their gardens ready.
You know, they could start going out and pulling all the old dead plants up and that, getting the grass out, getting it prepared to start tilling and getting it in shape, you know, because it's not far off that we will, you know, you're looking at about a month, month and a half, and everybody will start planting.
Frialdenhoven explained that the greenhouse works hard to get ready for the spring.
We've been checking the covers on the greenhouses, making sure they're in good shape and that, starting to hang the thermostats and the alarm system in case it gets too cold that it will, you know, call us in that. So.
Frialdenhoven said that landscaping and gardening is not just about hard work. It is also a rewarding activity for people of all ages.
Well, it's a good hobby, you know, you get outside and you work in your yard, you get, you know, exercise and everything and that, and you just enjoy life more.
Whether you are planting flowers or growing your own vegetables, the spring months provide the perfect opportunity to try out your green thumb. For UCA News 6, this is Tori Lambert.
Thanks, Tori. Coming up after the break, Elizabeth will give us one last look at this weekend's weather.
And we'll talk about the possibility of winter weather. Stay with us, News 6 will be right back.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
You wouldn't let money just blow out of your house. So when your AC or heater is on, make sure the doors, windows, and fireplace flue are shut tight. If you're headed out, turn down the AC or lower the heat by 10 degrees. And always keep your water heater set at 120. A little bit of common sense goes a long way. Get more great tips at energysaver.gov.
Mom, can we get some ice cream? Please, Mom, please.
No, we're having dinner soon.
Please.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of children in foster care who will take you just as you are.
For those dealing with the struggles of caring for a loved one, we hear you. Visit aarp.org/caregiving for advice and support.
Wow, these are really good.
You act surprised. Practice makes perfect.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
At the University of Central Arkansas, I've encountered world-changing academics and game-changing athletics, helping me become a regular on the Southland Conference Honor Roll. I was able to graduate early with a business degree, and now I'm seeking a second degree in physical education, all while playing Division I volleyball, softball, and soccer. UCA put me and my education front and center. Learn how at uca.edu.
Don't look at me. Your hair's a bit frizzy today. Aww. You should pick that up.
Every day, kids witness bullying.
For you.
They want to help, but don't know how. Teach your kids how to be more than a bystander. Visit stopbullying.gov.
So Ellie, please tell us once again about the good weather that we're going to have this weekend, and then also about the snow that could come up.
Yes, give us a last look at this strange weather.
For sure. Let's look at our 36-hour forecast. Okay, so tonight we will have a low of 32, and it'll be mostly clear. Tomorrow, Valentine's Day, it'll be a high of 63, and it'll be sunny. So perfect day either to go out to eat, have a nice dinner, everything. It'll be really good. At night, the temperature will fall to 24 degrees, and it'll be partly cloudy. So just plan ahead for that, but we should have a great day tomorrow. Now, if we look at our extended forecast, we can see that on Mondays when we're going to expect most of the snow, the temperatures will drop down to the 30s, so that's not even that cold, but it is a 17% chance of snow and ice to come in. So maybe expecting no school that day, just kind of prepare for that. The rest of the week will be in the 40s, and then the lows will be in the 20s. So yeah, that's mostly the most important parts about our recap.
Nice. So, okay, with the winter weather coming, especially hitting us on Monday, and we could possibly have no school, and we haven't had snow all winter, like what do we need to do to prepare ourselves for a possible snow day?
Yeah, definitely prepare with food. We don't know if we're going to be able to drive that day, or prepare like gas in our cars to make sure that we're able to, just prepare. So like, I know that there could be a problem with like a shortage in electricity, so we need to prepare with that. And if we are using auxiliary heaters, we definitely want to be careful with those because it could create a lot of danger, like it's a fire hazard. So it's just keeping all those things in mind. I don't know what you guys are planning on doing.
I heard that you should keep your cabinets open to keep your pipes from freezing, or you should turn off your water or have it dripping just to give it a little lubrication so nothing freezes, because your pipes can burst actually from the frozen.
Yeah.
So.
For me, the food is the most important thing too.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that it won't stay. So it's just gonna be one day, and then the temperature will warm up a little bit.
We'll have sun the next day. So this is Arkansas. This is how it happens. But yeah, also if anybody has pets, just make sure that they're taken care of for the weather that's gonna drop. But yeah, that's pretty much all we need. We just need to be prepared.
Just be prepared. I like the sound of that. Yeah. Especially, I'm also excited about the fact that it's not going to be snowing on Valentine's Day itself because there's plenty of plans. I have a show to do. So all of that in mind, I am really excited about that part. And you know what? Mondays can be drab sometimes. So you will need a little snow day, and especially, I like to call them glitter days, not snow days, personally, because it just looks really pretty, especially if there's sunshine out. And is there going to be sunshine?
Well, it's going to be just clouds that day, but we are expecting it the next day. So if we have some snow that, kind of stays over for the next day, we will have a little bit of mixture of that. But yeah, just pretty much be prepared for that day.
Well, thank you, Ellie, so much. And that's a look at this news for this Friday, February the 13th. If you have any questions, comments, or story ideas, you can email us at ucanews6@gmail.com.
And be sure to keep up with us on Facebook and Twitter. I'm Flora Violo.
And I'm Brianna Baker. For Devin Dishner, Elizabeth Flores, and all of us here at News 6, thank you for joining us, and good night.